When is the last time you saw Arsenal develop a good defender? Now, Arsene Wenger inherited an outstanding back four. I think that's generally agreed. That's part of Premier League history, of course. But after that, Sol Campbell
wasn't developed. So again, was bought. In terms of developed through the club, I mean, I suppose you've got Holding here at the moment, who...
You want to say yourself, don't you? Go on, you
well,
can say
it. He bought me. But no, I was in that era. So I came in. I was an 18-year-old stepping into a changing room with Adams, Keown, Bold, Dixon, Winterberg. These are the players I was trying to dislodge at 18. I didn't have a chance. You know, that's what my appearance...
They could have made you a better player.
They totally did.
Look at Liverpool.
Yep.
Robertson, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Have they all become better players in the last 18, 24 months?
I think if you look, if you look at Liverpool and obviously Man City as well, it's when they know that when it's so obvious that you need a player, they haven't messed about. They knew they needed a goalkeeper, they bought one, they paid the money. They knew they needed a centre-half, they paid big money. Everybody said it was too much. Look what they've done with it. And look at what it does to the other players around them. Robertson came in for £12 million. What has Van Dijk's presence done for his transfer fee? That's what it's all about. You can't just keep putting stopgaps in. Eventually, you've got to address it.
So I'm going to go back again. When's the last time Arsenal either bought and developed a player into an outstanding defensive player, or developed one from their own youth ranks?
I think the only one that really jumps out when I think back is Kolo Touré. I think he's a player that Arsenal, that Arsene Wenger brought in.
Ashley Cole, they've had
extremely
come through,
unknown,
you know,
and turned him into a good centre half that was part of the Invincibles and had a very successful time at Arsenal and won some trophies. So, you know, I can look at Touré, but I think if we want to look in the last 5 seasons, let's go back that far. I think they've really struggled. I've never seen them with a solid back four in that period of time.
Well, that's my point. You were talking Kolo Touré. How long ago was that?
Yeah, it was over 5 years.
Ashley Cole, you just mentioned him.
Yeah,
he's
long time
just
ago
retired.
Now. Yeah. I mean, and even when they had, Monreal, they're playing him left, so then he play on the right, then he play in the middle. It's a mishmash and it has been for a long time. And I was very surprised that it wasn't sorted out properly. Maybe in the summer, maybe the funds aren't there to do both, because obviously they brought Pepe in, who's a fantastic player. He will be a fantastic player in the Premier League. Maybe it's going to take another window.
Did they make a mistake in the summer transfer window in terms of not getting a defensive player that can really shore things up? If you're going to criticise Luiz in this sense?
Yes.
They made a mistake.
I would say that they need it. So we can call it a mistake. You can say they've overlooked it. You can say they've found other things more important. At the end of the day, it's the philosophy of the football club. So if they want a stronger team, I feel that they have to invest in the back four. And spending £8 million on a centre-back in today's climate is not scratching the surface in terms of what you're going to buy, what you're going to get for that money. Yeah. Luiz is a very recognised, experienced defender. Is he the fit for Arsenal that's going to make this back four better? I don't think he is. I don't think it's going to be that transfer. So if they want to strengthen that, and it wants to have a player that's going to influence all the other players around them, then they've got to spend money in it.
Yeah. Anybody you gents had your eye on that you thought maybe this individual could come to the Gunners and make a difference? Well, I know it's a bit hard to put you on the spot like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could sit down and scour Europe and find top centre-backs who are playing well that you think could have an impact, but it's about the willingness to want to invest in that area of the pitch.
Like a Harry Maguire for £80 million.
Well, that's the under-investment in that area means that they're going to struggle to invest now, because when you've got, somebody like they signed Vermaelen, for example, a long time ago, and they used to be able to go after that kind of ilk of centre-half, and you've got De Ligt now. Time was Arsenal would have been in for him. Nowhere near trying to attract that calibre of player. Nowhere near.
What did he go for in the end?
Something like 75 million. Yeah. They're just not in the ballpark with that kind of...
That's the price tag. But it isn't just about that with Arsenal, I don't think. Obviously, bringing players in, top players in key positions is essential. But there's also an element to them about the direction in which they're going on the pitch. And I think it's very hard to implement that for Unai Emery at the moment. I think it's a difficult job because he's trying to play something that sometimes you've got to step back and go, have I got the personnel that are going to be able to carry that out?
Briefly, do you think that... OK, would you have rather Arsenal spent over £70 million on a defensive player or two as opposed to Pepe? would that have been wiser? Because you're saying Pepe is going to be an excellent player. So obviously he's one for the future. He's still pretty young. Or do you go for the more short-term solution of trying to fix the back four?
Well, I don't think that's a short-term solution. I think it's an essential solution. So if you want to win something, you want to win trophies and you want to finish in the top 4, you want to be in the Champions League, you got to fix it.
Yeah. So you would have rather they spent the money on a defensive player as opposed to going out and buying Nicolas Pepe?
I think that that area of the pitch needs more attention than the attacking wide area or attacking player, given where they finished, what their problems were last season. It wasn't scoring goals.
Yeah. As I say, I don't know whether the funds were there. You've got to spend an awful lot of money to get Pepe and a centre half.
Well, that's the thing.
In the same transfer.
So I would know, which would you rather? Which would you have done?
Do you know, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. You know, I think Pepe's going to be a fantastic player. You know, his transfer fee in a few years could be astronomical.
So from an investment point of view, he ticks a huge box.
Massive. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, we're looking at it saying, well, we're then looking at it from a view of, well, we're going to make money on this lad. So the recruitment policy in that sense is excellent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's a great signing, and they probably are going to make a lot of money on him. But is he going to help the team at the moment as much as fixing the defensive situation? I think that requires more attention.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's take a look at what they have, not transfers, etc., all hypothetical. Who are the best back four? If you had to pick a side for next weekend or the weekend after, supposing everybody's fit, who'd you go for? Let's say Leno in goal.
If everyone's fit, so Holding,
everybody's
Tierney,
fit, yeah.
Bellerin. I would personally have to pick Bellerin at right back. I would pick...
Must be Tierney at left back.
Yeah, Tierney at left back for sure.
They spent money, yeah.
Bellerin, Socrates. I don't know if I'd pick David Luiz, to be honest. I think I'd probably pick Holding and Tierney.